Spitting Cobra, what's going on, my buddy? How you been, man? Respect back to you, Brooklyn. You guys put on a hell of a show last night with that Tank Davis fight. Hey, Donovan. Hey, Icky. P. Cola in the building. Anybody don't know what that is? That's a Florida term for Pensacola. It's up in the panhandle of Florida. It's all the way at the top. Raining here now. Yeah, it's overcast here. It's a lot of overcast. Some dark clouds. I heard some rumblings. Can you guys believe how big this little guy has gotten? He is in the top 94 percentile, I believe, of height when it comes to his age. Stop. He's going to be tall. Stop. He doesn't listen to his father, though, at all. He is as stubborn as a cop. Joe Cool in the building. What's up, Joe? What's up, my brother? Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, Joe. I appreciate that. What's your name and your badge number? James, you love that. No, the 6 is the GOAT. What I said, Nicholas, please somebody come get this little boy. I can't take it. A single father is hard. Stop. Don't you hit me with that. Don't you hit me with that. I'm not as soft as you think I am, Nicholas. I'm not. I'm going to hit you back. You are really testing the boundaries of my passiveness, aren't you? Where your ball? So what's going on, 6? Oh man, you don't even bounce a baby, absolutely. You don't even know the half of it. Looks exhausting. Hit that like button. No, okay, yeah, hit the like button. Don't hit daddy. Give me that. Stop, please. Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have it? Can you go hit the wall or something? Don't hit daddy. His dad must yell at cops. He is really testing the boundary of my passiveness. I'm telling you. Remember I told that guy I'm going to violate my principles and beat your ass. That's what I'm going to do to him. Yeah, man. So, oh, man, what's going on in the auditing community? Guys, it's getting rough here in South Florida, in my area. And I don't mean rough as in it's getting worse. It's getting rough as if I don't travel, I'm not going to be able to bring you guys any content because I don't know if there's another auditor. And I'm not trying to say that, I'm above any other auditors or I work any harder. But I don't know if there's any other auditors who can say that they have tamed their city as much as I have. I mean, I was out last night and it was nothing. It was just cops gathered and they must have been called, but the situation was over. And I don't approach. I stand across the street and I just watch it. And, in case something happened, I have my camera ready. And one cop goes, "Big Nick, first time, long time." I'm like, wow, this man, he's the first time he's seen me, but he's a long time watcher of my videos. And we had a pretty decent conversation. And he says he agreed and he respects what I'm doing. And I told him I'm just trying to make his job a lot safer for him. And he was like, "I understand, I know." And he said, "I would never be on one of your videos." He was saying it like, he don't want to be on there. He just said he knows that he's not the one that I'm after. Make a Discord. Man, I need so much management, man. It's a lot people asking me to do. I'm going to put out my first educational video today where I'm giving some information as to method to my madness, the reason I do certain things on my audits. Can you stop, please? Let me show you the brutality this kid is. Come on, Tickle. This is, come here. I want you guys to take a look at something. This is Little Nick versus the wall. This kid runs 100 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour and ran into the wall and scraped his face. And he's right back at being a destructive demon again. I mean, this kid has no quit. Yeah, I'm going to start my education a little bit more because I see that the auditing here or the tyranny here, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it doesn't exist in my presence. So it's hard for me, and I'm not going to create. Nicholas, stop, please. So no? So if I say stop, I'm just going to continue to do it? Hey. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing educational videos. I'm gonna start teaching. Now I'm no professor, I'm no lawyer, I'm no, it's just basic things that I've learned. And basically what I'm gonna be trying to teach is to pay attention to the words that these people are telling you. Remember, these people only have what, 6 months of training, and then they want to come out and act like their words are gospel, that you should believe every single thing that come out of their mouth. And what my teaching, my educational training is going to be to pay attention to what they're saying, to base that on your own personal experiences and common sense, and don't let them put anything on your plate and expect you to eat it. That's not what we're going to do. We're not going to allow people to just put anything on our dinner plate and say eat it. No, we're going to question the ingredients of that plate. Yeah. Tell him to stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Have a seat on this curb. Have a seat on the ground for me. Come here. Have a seat on the ground for me. That's exactly how I look at the cops when they tell me that, Nicholas. So I'm a proud father. Come have a seat on the ground like a little puppy dog. Come on. Yeah, I look at him just like that too, son. Huh, come talk, look. Kid has a weapon. Come here. I want you guys to see, now that he's growing into his features a little bit more. Come here, look. Look, Tucker. Come here. I want you guys to see if there's a resemblance. I think it's uncanny. Come here. What would be the result, people, if I was to take my son on the Maury Povich show saying I'm not the father? Look.
Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy.
Oh.
Yeah. Say 6.
Yeah.
Father as hell. So I can't deny this one. That is definitely my mini-me. The results are in, Nick. You are the father. You spit that little bit out, yeah. He looks a lot like me. Who said that? Yeah, well, come play some of these goddamn Pamper bills then. How about that? Come help me with some of these damn Pampers and these doctor visits and all this stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do videos explaining the method to my madness. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to say I'm gonna hand out certificates or I'm certified or I have some type of accreditation. No, I don't. I'm just gonna tell you guys the reason why I do what I do. Can I have that, please? Can I have that? Because you're gonna hit me. He wants to be like his dad. Come here, put it on. Here. Put it on. There you go. There you go, Daddy, man. That's daddy, man. Pick it up. Don't you do that. No, no. God, dog it, I can't. Oh, my God. I will give him a rate right now for a pretty smile. Somebody put a smile in the comment, and I will package him up, and I will send him to your location ASAP. All I want is a smile. Soul. Arnetta Soul. Soul. Uh-oh, T. T, that's still a smile. I don't care if you're laughing. That's still a smile. Salute to you too, King. You're too old for kids. Hell, what? Larry King was 71. Donald Trump is 78. He has a 14-year-old kid or whatever, or however he is. So you're never too old. As long as you can, like John Malkovich said in Rounders, as long as you can stick it in, you're not too old. Your wife is only in the trade. Gotta take my I would take your 13-year-old. I would take your 13-year-old because I can really explain to your 13-year-old. Him, this kid has no understanding. He doesn't want to hear it. He don't want to listen. He runs the house. Thank you, Not Telling. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching and supporting me. Protect the little man at all costs with my absolute life. Checking in from Memphis, Big Nick. You're much appreciated. I appreciate that. Go Grizz, man. Go Grizz. LT man, where you been? LT man, come on, man. Hey guys, LT man has been there, I promise you, from the beginning of my journey as an auditor, as a cop watcher. LT man has been there. I have hundreds of videos with this, where LT man has commented on my videos. He's reached out. He's been there since the beginning. I can honestly say that. I appreciate you, LT man. I appreciate that. AZ710, Sweet Mary Jane, thank you. I need it. But Nick, you do want to be on his bad side when he grows up. But Nick, do you really want to be on his bad side when he? Absolutely not. This kid is going to be 6'5", and he's going to be a complete terror to anyone that's on his bad side. Guys, you guys want to talk about the state of America, the state of events in America? This is your opportunity. I'm giving my platform for anybody to come on here and say their just due about any situation they feel they want to address when it comes to the state of our great country. So I'm going to use my platform today for that. Since I have a louder voice than most people, I'm going to give you an opportunity to use my voice to say your piece. Just be respectful and, and just state your truth. Did they take the comments away again? Okay, there they are. We all need guns all the time, okay? So, Sweet Mary Jane, here's I'm not afraid to engage with the six. I'm not afraid to. I have different opinions on a lot of things from a lot of people, right? But I think we all have the same goal in mind, is that for, a prosperity in our country, greatness in our country. So I don't mind having discourse or conversations. Here's the deal, right? People want to arm teachers in school, right? They want to have teachers that have the ability to be armed in school around children, right? To keep them safe. But they don't want teachers to teach kids about their own differences, such as LGBTQ, You know, that's too dangerous to teach kids about that. It's too dangerous, even though they're not teaching CRT, but it's too dangerous to teach kids about America's past, America's history. That's too dangerous for kids. But armed teachers in the classroom, it's not. So I'm confused on that. If someone can explain to me why teaching children about the history of our country or about acknowledging the differences of people when it comes to who they are as a person, that's more dangerous. Why? Can somebody explain to me that how a gun in the classroom is more dangerous? I mean, it's less dangerous than teaching a child about the feelings that they may or may not have, or explaining to a child why his uncle is not in a traditional quote unquote relationship. Why is that more dangerous than having guns in the classroom around children? They're ashamed. That may be, well, I don't know if they're ashamed. I don't know if they're ashamed of the history. They just don't want you to, I don't know. I don't know if they're ashamed, as more to just, oh, well, it is what it is. No need to talk about it. Nothing to see here. Let's move on. You know? Fear. Stricter gun laws is the answer. I 100% agree. The number one source funding and freedom to oppress is the drug war. I agree with that 2,000%. I agree. You know what? I'm not a Ron Paul fan. I don't know if you guys are aware who Ron Paul is, but he is the father of the Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. He was also once a senator. He's a libertarian. And I'm not a fan of his politics, but it's one thing that I will always respect what Ron Paul said one time when he was talking about legalizing all drugs. He said, look, just because heroin is legal doesn't mean I'm going to go out and use heroin, right? So, and that made absolute sense to me because it's true. You know, it's a lot of things. Alcohol is legal. I don't drink. So, no, Nicholas, I'm not going to tell you again. No. Get your cup. No, huh? So, you know, so yeah, absolutely. Let's get rid of that fake war on drugs. Because, and you guys got to be honest with yourself. If the United States of America found a way to eliminate all illegal drugs, our economy would absolute crash. Drug dealers buy property, they buy houses, they buy cars, they invest, they do a lot of things. Watch what will happen to our economy. They don't want it to end because they know what will happen to the economy. Hell, go down and ask Miami if they wish drugs would have never been allowed to be in America and see what they'll tell you. Go watch the documentary Cocaine Cowboys. Go watch that documentary and tell me if the city of Miami wished drugs had never been introduced into our society. If the parents would have showed up with their weapons, would have had a better chance. How would the parents know who the bad guy was and who the good guy was if they show up with their weapons, right? If you come to a scene because there's an active shooter at your kid's school and you come up with your weapon and you see 4 other people standing around with their weapons, you're going to probably assume one of them is the active shooter. And what's going to happen then? You guys can hear the thunder? Your government playing drugs in Europe. I think drugs now, it doesn't matter where they're playing the drugs at. They're in every community now. They're in every community. One guy shooting kids, that's how. One guy shooting kids inside of a building that you don't know where he is. Nick, Chicago's still waiting with open arms for you to visit. Absolutely, LT, man, absolutely. Joe Cool, I think, has been trying to get me to come that way for the longest. It'll be like that movie, Mr. Red, Mr. Green. Haven't seen it, I'm not familiar with that, and I am a movie buff. There's not many movies that I can't talk about. Cool Shoes, The Drug Wars, Jim Crow 2.0. Yeah, I would have been willing to go in there unarmed as well, absolutely. Absolutely, but people like to say the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. But why the good guys are never around when the bad guys are doing all this shooting? Or what happens when the bad guy kills the good guy? 40% of Uvalde's money budget went to the police. Well, I can tell you this. Oh, Reservoir Dogs. That's where it's from. Okay. I can tell you, oh, Mr. Pink, you're absolutely right. I remember. I did see Reservoir Dogs. I can absolutely tell you this. The Broward County Sheriff's Department has the second largest police budget in the United States of America, only second to Los Angeles. So I can't speak on Chicago or New York or can't speak on their budgets, but I'm pretty sure a large chunk of every city's budget goes to the gang in blue. Absolutely, I agree with that. Cops on. See, that's why I hate when people think cops prevent crime. Cops never prevent crime. If cops prevented crime, we would need cops, right? There would be no crime. There will be absolutely no crime. Cops come up and investigate crime. They don't prevent crime. They investigate crimes. Do we have any we can continue with this conversation as well, but a lot of things are coming through, my mind as to what I want to accomplish in different venues I wanna try on YouTube. Are there any movie lovers such as myself in the six? If so, I would love for you to reach out to me because I'm thinking about doing a pseudo movie review, movie criticism channel where we talk about, okay, we're no Gene Siskel or Haskell and Siskel and Ebert or anybody like that, but still, we love movies, and we movies have certain ways that makes us feel. I see a lot of times when I watch a lot of the criticism of movies that I think the critics focus too much on the movie and not on the way it makes people feel or react. So I kind of want to do that. Ray Liotta passed away. May he rest in peace. Yes. Passionate to making changes in America. Delete Laws. Have you heard of them? I have heard of Delete Laws. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, and I'm gonna tell you, like I've told other people who's brought up Delete Laws with me. Delete Laws is talking about his changes in America, and this may turn some people off, but he's talking about his changes to America from a white man's perspective. He's not considering the effects that the changes that have on the minorities in this country. And let's face it, this country hasn't always had the best history when it comes to protecting its minorities. So if we go to the system that Delete Laws is talking about, then the minorities really aren't going to have any, or really not going to feel like they have any protections anymore. And I don't mean to sound insensitive or race baiting or anything, but that's my viewpoint. When I was listening to the debate between James Freeman and Delete Laws, I was listening to that debate, and to me, all I heard was from a white man's perspective. Delete Laws said black folks shouldn't say Black Lives Matter. We should say, wow. See, you know what? If I can go back and at the beginning of the BLM movement, I would absolutely insist that they include, and we shouldn't have to include this, but I would absolutely insist that they include one word, and that would be BLMT, which is Black Lives Matter too. See, the guilty always feeling victimized, right? No one's saying that by saying Black Lives Matter that we're saying only Black Lives Matter, but people hear what they want to hear is Black Lives Matter too. Our lives matter also, so it's not cool that you can just kill us at will and disproportionately, and we don't stand up for ourselves, or we don't acknowledge that, we have contributed to the well-being of this society since the beginning of this society, and our lives matter as well. So I think that's what I would change about it. I would include the two. Black, because this shouldn't even be a debate. But so many times I've seen people on platforms have to explain that Black lives matter too. We all know all lives should matter, and if that was the absolute case, then there would never be a need to say that Black lives matter, right? So obviously some folks believe that's not true, right? So, and then my rebut to all lives matter is, when did all lives start mattering? You know, when did all lives start matter? Did it matter during slavery? Did it matter during Jim Crow? Did it matter during civil rights matter and Selma? Stop. Did it matter? Did it matter in Oklahoma? Did it matter during Reconstruction? When did all lives matter? Did it matter? Did it matter? You know, with all of the people on death row? When did all lives start mattering? I think all lives has always mattered. However, the people that use that as a talking point are just using that as a rebuttal to Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I know, right? Especially a dad like me, because you know what? Believe it or not, when it comes to discipline, dads get all of the blame, or I don't know what the word to use, but when you're talking about discipline, you hear people talk about the stories about the way their dads used to discipline them. But from my experiences, I think moms are the disciplinarians. I think moms are the ones that get that butt. When you get dads like me, we would yell stop, and we would sit in the same spot and yell stop 50 times before we get up. Dads get bad press. When did Chili get married? He ain't married. Oh. God said all lives matter. Big Nick, don't forget, my brother, you're not Black. You are an American Aboriginal indigenous to this land. You are an American Indian as well. I hope you know that. Much love. Well, Will, I hope you really realize that the original man, from the original man come all man, right? So there's some truth in that statement that you just said, right? So from the original man come all man, whether it's white, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever the case is. From the original man came all men. No, son, what do you want? Go play with it. Where's your ball? Where your ball? That's him getting mad when he throw it down. Good afternoon, Big Nick in chat. What's up, Mike? If you live with someone for 7 years, you're legally married through Commonwealth, regardless of marriage in court or not. It depends on the state. Some states don't recognize common law marriages. Don't do that. That's nasty. Mike Penn delete laws and many like him, and you are fighting for the same thing: transparency, accountability, and police brutality. I agree. We're fighting for the same thing. I think the road that we take could determine the length of time it takes to get there. Where is Black and Black people would be from there? You're gonna get popped on YouTube. You know that? Because you are really trying my patience. You don't act like that. I don't know why you're doing that. You're gonna get a pop. You are gonna get a pop, Nicholas. So please stop. Oh, you're in Lauderdale in hood, huh? I'm in my neighborhood, but I don't know what's up with. I don't know what you're trying to say, lazy. How is Acromanda and the ladies? I haven't heard from Acromanda, but I do know that we're in a chat together, and I do see that she participates in that chat. So I'm assuming that she's absolutely wonderful. American Amy did text me about a week ago, so I know she's doing okay. The Florida crew is doing pretty well. We're okay. How do you feel about law enforcement? How do I feel about law enforcement? I think they have a purpose. I think they do have a purpose. I think they do a job that I'm not willing to do some aspects, right? I'm not necessarily willing to engage some of the things that they do. So I do believe they have a purpose. And I'm also smart enough to understand that if there were no law enforcement, women in our society wouldn't stand a chance. You know, there's some real dudes out there that will dominate and take advantage of women. And there's not much that a woman can do when it comes to that from a man. So they do have a purpose. What's up, Big I Village down in Rockland? Cops kill us. Big Nick, I love you. I love what you're doing, voicing out your authority when you can. Absolutely. See, that's a part of the method to the madness that I'm going to explain. You know, I'm going to explain that in this next video. It is going to be retreads of, I'm going to do a top 3, basically. And it's going to be 3 different videos. And they're going to be similar in my approach. They're going to be similar in my approach, right? And to my approach as to the reason why I did what I did. So, yeah, you'll see. There's a method to the madness. Go. I'm not going to tell you again, go. He's so handsome. Have you seen his father? If you haven't, let me show you. Laser read the Constitution. Come on, keep it. Yeah, sure he's yours. Oh, wow. I don't know. What do you think? Boy, come on, man. This dude here, I'm telling you, he's really testing the limit of my passiveness. I'm telling you. I'm a passive kid. Please allow me to remain one, okay? They don't follow the Constitution. Definitely yours. Got that right. Go play, boy. You don't have to be up under me. Go play.
Ow!
I don't care. Go play. Where your ball at? Where your ball? Where you put it at? Where your ball? I love your work, brother, Big Nick. And I believe you're changing a lot. Let me go back and get that. Be careful. There are some of these people that you're watching are killers. They're here to do one thing, to kill. Absolutely. I believe that. I'm not, you know. Hey, look, I believe in the goodness of man. That's just the way I choose to believe. I believe humans by nature are good, but also humans by nature are violent, right? But I think that the goodness of humans supersedes the violent nature of humans, right? There are some that slip through the cracks. There are some that don't, that you know, dilly-gaff or don't give a F. I choose to believe that for the most part, humans are good, you know, but we cannot deny our simple nature, which includes violence. You know, it's just something that, you know, we have involved in too. It's the survival of the fittest. You know, from conception, when your mom and your dad procreate, you know, there's violence inside of the canal where the sperm is trying to get to the egg, and it's the strongest survive. It's attrition. So by nature, from our very existence, we're born with some sense of violence, you know. But I just think the goodness of man supersedes the violent nature of man. That's just me. That's my opinion. Thank you, Jay Daniels. I appreciate that. Jay Daniels. Thank you. FBA Nation, Big Nick. Yo, Big Nick. What's up? What's up, J? J to the MONEY. Seems like most cops heard or know you from no, but I'm sure they took. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, remember I've been arrested 7 times doing this. What's up from Mexico? From this retired Texas dude. What's up, Big Nick and Junior? That's what's up, Mexico. Retired Texas dude living down in the great land of Mexico. Mexico. Robert, those people down in Mexico aren't concerned about you coming to steal away their jobs, are they? I don't think so. They thought you was going to stop. Yeah, they probably thought I was going to give up. We all know a lot of channels that disappeared because they got arrested. I can name 5. But that tells me a lot about what they was actually in it for. You know? Come on. Come on. Come on. You want to sit with Daddy because you are really getting your brat on right now. You are really getting your brat on. Look, see, people are watching you. Look.
I said people did that.
They are wonderful. I lived there before. Suck at Spanish though. Yeah. This is not your game if you can't take jail. I said that on the live. I said that on the live the other night. If you're not willing to put, and I'm not talking about just your freedom. If you're not willing to put your life on the line for what we do, don't do it. I'm willing to put my life on the line. I'm willing to put my life on. I'm willing to take myself from him because I believe so much in his ability to have his freedom respected in this country. No sacrifice is too small or big. God chosen one. So look, we are all born imperfect. It's our job to raise our kids to the best way we can. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you a word that I'm not gonna say I don't like. I just think it's overused and I think it's misused. Morals, right? Morals. Morals are something that are based on your own personal life experiences. That's where you get your morals from. Morals aren't innate as far as a universal moral code. They're not you're born with. Your morals come from your own personal life experiences. That's where you gather your morals from. So for you to say it's immoral or it's not moral or your morals are bad, you would never, ever, 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 ever hear me say criticize someone else's morals because your morals may not be my morals. Just like respect. Yes, I agree, Big Nick. I don't hold any truth I'm not willing to die for. Absolutely, I agree. My children, my country, and my Miami Dolphins, I'm willing to die for. Yeah, I said it, my Miami Dolphins, absolutely. I'm willing to die for them. I just treat others the way you would like. Absolutely, absolutely. Have a great day, all. Peace and love. And Pot Lee's whole ball. Stay safe out there. Stop! I told you I'm sorry, y'all. I got to chastise this boy on YouTube. Do something else and see what happened to you, little boy. You know what? In my community, there's a term, right? There's a term in my community that you're being ghetto, and I never use that term. I understand what it means and what is implied, but I never use that term. But I'm about to use that term right now because this boy is borderline. I'm telling you. I'm raised in Miami and I hate Dolphin. What? Solo, what? Go Bears, what? What's the plan for Memorial Day? I don't know, man. I don't know. He's playing to you. He's terrorizing me. I'm glad you're amused off my suffering. AAA. Do security guards get more respect from real cops? I think it's on the same level. I think I think once a civilian realizes a person is just a security guard, I don't think they get any respect actually. So no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Yeah, Solo, I'm hurt, Solo. Solo, you just crushed my spirit, Solo. How can you? Don't tell me that. Don't do that to me, man. That's not fair, man. That's not fair to me. I'm an emotional being, man. And for you to sit up there and do that to me, it's hurtful. Black Americans need to educate their children of the First Amendment rights and laws. I think Americans need to educate their kids, but I get the sentiment. I know what you mean, though. Absolutely, and I agree with that. I think my goal, my job is to, and I haven't found a formula to do it yet, but I think my job is to go into my community and find the biggest, baddest, toughest dudes and ask them to give me an interview where I'm able to question their knowledge and understanding as to how their civil liberties work. Although I am quote unquote pseudo celebrity status in some communities, to get these people to come on camera, which is a bit taboo for my community. I don't know why. I don't know why. If there's somebody on this chat of my persuasion who can explain to me and others why people of our persuasions aren't camera friendly at all, don't want to be on camera talking about certain things. Why is that? Is it because they're stigmatized as far as being involved in your community? You're considered to be a snitch. I don't know, but I don't know why is it so hard to interview people of my persuasion, black folk, to be open and free in our community, talking to someone on camera. Yeah. Oh no, the Lions. Well, at least you didn't say you were born and raised in South Florida, in Miami, and then say the Lions. Get black for their views. Okay. When you find out, let me know, please. I mean, look, I've been black a long time, and I don't know, so I don't know if the answer is out there. I've been black a long time. Stop, Nicholas, please. And if you guys remember, when I first started, the guys that's been with me the longest, when I first started, I used to be horrified to walk through the community with the camera. I used to be so afraid. I remember one live I did during a party where the cops crashed the party, and the people at the party almost attacked me because I had the camera out recording the cops, and I had to leave and I had to go somewhere else and get back on live and let everyone know that I was fine, that I was okay. But why is that? Why is blacks so afraid to have their viewpoint or their likeness or anything you want to say on camera? I was born in Chicago, but I call mine Opelika my home. Okay, I give you a break on that, Solo. Boy, give me this stuff and stop acting like a little baby now. You on national YouTube here. We're tough. We don't cry and whine. We dominate. We regulate. We dominate. We regulate. Come on, man. You tougher than that. You a Freeman. Your name is Nicholas. Stop. Yeah, you're going to be Big Nick one day. I know. Go get your ball. Get the ball. Yeah, you want to play basketball? Go get your ball. We aren't afraid. They don't want to be laughed at or labeled. They're personal. I know. That's probably it, Triple. That's probably it, little man. What up? Again, 400 years of living in fear is hard to overcome. I agree with that as well, Douglas. But you know, it's not even so much as living in fear, right? We're not talking about living in fear from the majority, from the oppressors. We're talking about living in fear, being labeled uncool or have a negative connotation from people that doesn't mean you any well anywhere. Say, for instance, I tell people all the time, the coolest person, and I'm not making this political. This is not about politics. It's just about who I chose to allow inspire me to have my perception of coolness. I tell people in my community all the time, the coolest person that I've ever been aware of in my life is a man named Barack Hussein Obama. And the reason I use him as an example is because he's brilliant. He's an intellectual. So it is cool to be smart. You know, a lot of kids think that in order to have fun, have a good time, they have to be doing something wrong. They have to be breaking the law. They have to be causing trouble. And it's okay to be cool. I tell my children, when you're in class, it's okay to raise your hand to ask the teacher to stop. Can you back up? Explain that to me. I don't understand that. But that doesn't happen because they don't want to get ridiculed or bullied by other people. But to me, the coolest people on the planet are the smart people on the planet. Being smart is so damn cool to me. And I've heard women say a smart man is sexy. I'm not talking about his politics. I'm just talking about his intellect, Douglas. I'm just talking about his intellect. That's all. I'm just talking about his intellect. Indoctrination does not involve asking questions. You're right about that. Start saying, yes, intelligent makes us follow. Right. Me too. Being smart is hot. See? There's a lady, Liberty Blair. Big, smart men or sexy men, you know, but television and cinema like to portray the bad boy image. You know, women about the bad boy image, the women. Like you said, indoctrination doesn't need questions, you know, it just is. And so that's a form of indoctrination as well, to go after the bad boys, the bad boys, you know, the black leather jackets, the chains, the whips, the tattoos. I want this dude right here to be an astrophysicist. I want this guy's hero to be Neil deGrasse Tyson. You know, that's who I want his role model to be. We are in the majority of this country. We have always been. Please, my great brother, you're intelligent. But if you, come on, man, come on, man. I understand what you're trying to say, Will. But you know what, Will, I'm 52. I'll be 52 in August, buddy. I've been in almost every state in this great nation. I served our country for years, for 6 years in the military. You know, I've been around. And there are some states, my brother, there are some states, the Dakota, South Dakota, North Dakota, where there are 1,000 black people in the entire state. So for you to sit up here and try to tell me that we are the majority, then that's just telling me you're going off of something that people have told you, that you're not going off your own personal experience. Because you go to states like New Hampshire, you go to states like Wyoming, you go to states like Montana, right? There aren't enough black people in those states to fill up a county in Florida. So don't do that, buddy. Don't ever believe that we are not the minority in this country. I can't understand how people continue to think that we are not the minority here. Uh-oh, it's raining. There it comes. Here it comes. Obama was an immigrant who has hatred for the Hey, Jay Daniels. I don't know. He was not an immigrant. He was not an immigrant. He was born in America. But it seems to me, I can go back. I guarantee I can go through all of your social media accounts. I can go through all of your previous text messages. And not one time have you ever questioned the citizenship of George Bush, Bill Clinton, George Bush, Ronald Reagan, Donald Trump, any of them. I guarantee you've never questioned the citizenship of any of those people. But yet and still, Barack Obama's an immigrant, and he had to prove to you that he wasn't. Why is that, buddy? Why do you think that is? And he was born in Hawaii, Jay. He was born in the United States. Ted Cruz, by the way, was not born in the United States. So let's see you talk about that. Let's see you talk about Ted Cruz not being born in the United States. Let's see you talk about John McCain not being born in the United States. Yeah, he was born in Hawaii. You don't have to defend Obama anymore, Miles. He's not the president anymore. But I just want somebody to tell me. I just want somebody to tell me why Donald Trump's citizenship hasn't been questioned, why George W. Bush citizenship wasn't questioned, why George Herbert Walker Bush citizenship wasn't in question, why Bill Clinton's citizenship wasn't in question, why Ronald Reagan, why Richard Nixon, why John F. Kennedy, why none of those citizenships were in question. Just tell me that. Liberty Blair, you're too smart. Hey, welcome, Bikers Ivy. Welcome from the UK. Thanks for joining. He still hasn't addressed that though. Why Donald Trump's or any of the other presidents' citizenship was in question? He hasn't questioned that yet. Yes, Shannon. I think we do know, but I'm still waiting on him to tell me. Obama never advocated for reparations for. Obama was not the president of black people. Obama was the president of the United States of America. Why do black people think we need special assistance? Why do black people think we need special treatment? In order for people to think that we need special treatment is because we have been fucked over so long in this country and now they're ready to pay us. If you don't believe that, then why you keep bringing up what a president has done for one group of people? He's not the president. He was not the president of black people. He was the president of the United States of America. See, that's the problem. Black people have a problem with being black first. I'm a black man. I'm proud to be a black man. I like to tell people I'm the blackest man in the world. However, before I'm a black man, I'm an American because being black didn't get me my house. It didn't get me my car. It didn't get me my bank account. It didn't get me my education. It didn't get me anything. Being an American has gotten me all of those things. So stop with that, man. He was not the president of black people. He was the president of our country. Absolutely, Liberty Blair. Absolutely. I'm so tired of people saying that. What did Barack Obama do for black people? What did he do for the country, man? He wasn't the president of black people. I never hear people say, what did Donald Trump do for white people? I never hear people say, what did Bill Clinton do for white people? I never, ever heard that. But yet and still, people always want to know what Barack Obama did for black people. That's true. That's true. Absolutely, that's true. But let's not twist it, Jay Daniels, that Asians have ever been in the same category as the people that literally from top to bottom built this country and created the wealth. So you gotta, come on, man. You gotta have some context, man. You gotta have some context. No, that's true. A lot of people wasn't treated the way we were treated in this country. But you gotta have some context, my brother. Obama was an immigrant. Well, Will, you just disqualified any comment that you said because you can't spell. We need to address immigrants who came to this country and joined the military, yet they're still not citizens if that ain't America. Yep. I hope Trump did a lot. I hear Trump did a lot for black people. Yeah, I heard that too, but I happen to be black and I guess I'm the one that I didn't see it. So, the Obamas in the business work family, you people haven't done your research on WikiLeaks? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nick, what's the point of saying he is the first black president if he does absolutely nothing for black people? Because we don't live in a separate country, Jay Daniels. We live in America. And America as a whole voted for him. And I would say that he absolutely did a whole lot. If you really want to get technical, he did a whole lot for black people. My kids are engaged in politics now. When he was the president, every child in America, every black child in America knew who he was. Every black child in America was aware of politics. He empowered us to know that we don't have to be second-class citizens in this country. He gave us the will to fight for what we believe in the knowledge to know that we can make changes if we apply ourselves. That's what he did. That's not good enough. Did you want some compensation? Did you want some monetary compensation? I don't get it. I don't understand what it is that you wanted this man to do. Please present your receipts forthwith on Donald Trump and the Bushes. Wolverine Transparency, explain that for me. Obama signed executive orders giving people more protections against black people. Oh my God. No president is righteous. If he did too much for black people, they'd say he's a socialist. If he don't, he's a sellout. Preach! Preach! Set. I can't say it, but preach, patriot, preach. I don't know. I don't live in Miami. I don't know, Solo. White people are from Europe. Thank you. Hey, I'm not trying to turn my channel into a race against race situation. So if we're going to talk about what President did for America, then we could talk about that. Obama did things exclusive for LGBTQ and Hispanics. And they spammers them have no problem mentioning other groups by names except black Americans. See, okay, this is going to be the last thing I say about any president right now because I see where this is starting to go. All right. The president of the United States has very limited powers, right? He only has powers over the executive branch. He only has powers over the federal government, right? He doesn't control any money. His ultimate power, if you want to say the ultimate power that the president has, his only unfettered power is over the military, right? He has no power over anything else. You have Congress, you have the legislature, and you have the House of Representatives, and you have the Senate. Those are the two that write the laws, right? That put the laws in effect. And the president has a choice to sign the laws or not sign the laws. If there's enough of a majority of the Congress, then the law is going to pass regardless of the president says so or not. The president does not control any of the purse strings that comes to America. He doesn't do any of that. The president, when he comes in, he has an agenda. He passes the agenda forward to Congress. It's Congress's job to enact the agenda. Does it always get enacted? No. Hence, there's no wall, is there? There's no wall, right? So the president has limited power. The only unfettered power the president has is over the military. So stop putting all the blame and stop giving all the credit to the presidents because the only power they truly have is over the military and the executive branch of the federal government. That's it. No, I've never been to Jamaica yet. I'm planning on going though. No, it's not. I mean, it's not that far, but we share the same time zone and climate as Jamaica. It's pretty much the exact same. If it's cold here, it's cold in Jamaica. You know, the same exotic fruits that grows in Jamaica grows here in South Florida. So yeah. What did you want Obama to do for black people, Jay Daniels? Let's just get that out of the way. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to tell me. Tell me what, and you don't have to put it in a super chat. I'm gonna read your comment regardless. Just tell me, what did you expect Obama to do for black people? What is FBA? What is FBA? Tell me that. And Donald Trump wasn't willing to do shit but pass a $1.9 trillion tax break for him and his own board. That's all he was willing to do. And he was also always willing to downplay the severity of the coronavirus. But again, I don't want to turn this to us, debating on previous presidents. We don't need to do that. They're no longer the presidents of our country. So why are we giving them so much time? But I still want Jay Daniels to I wanted Obama to pay reparations to the people. He doesn't control any money. He's not over the money. The Congress is over money. Obama doesn't control money. He can't say this. He can't say that. He don't write the laws. He signed the laws into law. That's all he do. He signed them into existence. He doesn't create the law. He doesn't write the law. The Congress does that. Obama doesn't control money. So he couldn't pay reparations. Hey, Rogue Nation is always in Georgia, Morris. He's always in Georgia trying to get those people right. But I agree. I do want to travel. I do want to get outside my comfort zone. Obama gave big as a dollar. He didn't give anything. He didn't give anything. The president, you're not listening to Jay Daniels. The president doesn't control the money to our country. He just don't. Oh man, I'm so happy for that, Patriot. It should have been done a long time ago. It should have been done a long time ago. And to hear Nick Saban, who's making $8 to $10 a year, $8 to $10 million a year, complain about a kid going over and capitalizing off his name and likeness, is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, $8 to $10 million a year Nick Saban makes. But I'm waiting for Jay Daniels. Come on, man. Come on, Jay Daniels. Come on, Jay Daniels. I know you got it in you. Come on, brother. Yeah, it didn't become a problem until these kids want to start going to HBCUs. Deion Sanders said it best. We don't have to pay our people to come hang out with our people. Black people were murdered inside of a church, and Obama went there to sing songs, no hate crime bill. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm going to say it again. Anybody else want to help Jay Daniels? Obama doesn't write the laws. The Congress writes the laws. Obama signs the laws into existence, right? So he can veto or he can sign it. If there's enough people, if there's enough of the Congress that want that particular law to pass, they will override the veto, right? That's how that works. So if there was a crime bill, if there was any type of a hate crime bill that aligned with the best interests of our country, our people as a whole, he would have signed it if it would have been presented to him. But he don't write the laws, man. What do you want this man to do? He didn't write the laws. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Patriot. That's no true. That is so true. People do not. And again, when I was in high school, one of my favorite subjects was civics. I asked my children about how they like civics. They have no idea what that is. He signed lots of bills, absolutely. And I'm sure if that bill would have came across and it would have benefited the American society, I'm sure he would have signed it. But that bill never reached his desk. So what is it that he could have done? What is it that he could have done? Did he not appoint the first Hispanic woman to the Supreme Court? Did he not put two women on the Supreme Court? Did he not do that? So, I mean, we can go on and on about the things that he's done. We can also talk about his flaws. We can also talk about how he was too diplomatic in certain situations. Yeah, yes, thank you. Free American News, thank you. J.D. Obama lit the White House up in the rainbow colors and gave. So what? I knew. Look. Check this out. See this now. Your bigotry is coming out, Jay Daniels. Now you're showing everybody how much of a bigot you are because you have a problem with rainbow, right? As a straight heterosexual male, there was never a fork in the road for me. I never had a choice as to say, do I want to go and be with a man or do I want to go be with a woman? Naturally, from birth, my destiny was to go be with women. So if I can understand that for myself, how the hell I can't understand that other people don't have a choice as to who their sexuality, who they love too. I didn't have a choice in my sexuality. So what makes you think gay people have a choice in their sexuality? Why do you think gay people have a choice in their sexuality? Why do you think gay people choose to have people like you ridicule them, downtrodden them, to abuse them, to talk about them, to try to exit them out of our society? Why would anybody want to go through that? These people are living their truth. That's who they are. If you have a problem, and first of all, who the hell a person sleep with doesn't affect you, Jay? And what color goes up on the White House to represent all of Americans because he was the president of all of America and not just for a certain sector of America? Come on, man. You got to stop that, man. You got to stop that. Stop hating people just because of who the hell they love. If you don't understand it, you just don't understand it. Maybe they don't understand certain things about you, but they're not out talking about how the government is giving you special treatments, and they're not. So stop that. And if you're a black person, we can't go from being the most oppressed people in the history of this land. We can't go from being the most oppressed people in the history of this land to all of a sudden becoming the oppressor. Why would you want to oppress other people after generations and generations of your people have been oppressed? Why would you want to do that? I agree with that, Free. I agree with that. I'm not Hispanic. That doesn't help us. Obama was only helpless and had his hands tied when it came to black people. Whew, boy, oh boy. Again, folks, again. I can't speak for anyone else, but my favorite word in the English vocabulary is optimism or optimistic. My least favorite word is pessimism or pessimistic. So, you know. So you're calling Obama Obozo and that he's a traitor. So you're not going to mention the fact that our former national security advisor was caught red-handed lying to the FBI about submitting information over to the Russians. You're not going to talk about how we had sanctions against the Russians and certain sons of former presidents were taking meetings with these Russians that we have sanctions against. We're not going to talk about holding up money for a country that has been threatened to be invaded, that was eventually invaded by a neighboring country, holding up funds that help their defense, that help the defense of their country until dirt was pulled up on a political rival. We're not going to talk about any of that shit, right? We're not going to talk about any of that. We're going to just talk about Obama's a traitor, disrespect the man and call him Obozo as a traitor without coming with any receipts. I just gave you receipts. So I would appreciate if you would give some receipts to back up your Obama as a traitor claim. Just give me some receipts on that. I just gave you receipts. Our national security advisor, the man that advises the president of the United States on national security, was caught, pled guilty, and was about to be convicted to giving top secret information to a foreign country and lied about it. That's a receipt. That's a receipt, buddy. That's a receipt. Oh, someone he never gave a reparation because they would. Oh, pull up that quote. Tell me, just, you don't have to pull it up. Just tell me where can I read that quote that Obama said that. All right, I will do that. I'll do that another audit in Cooper City for you. Stop following the mainstream media. All these governments are together. They create war for money and kill. First part, I don't agree with your total assessment there, Port. I don't agree with that. I do agree that they do create war for gain, but I don't think America, a nation that's built off of capitalism, is in the business of killing off the people that enriches them. You know, this is capitalism. If you're gonna tell Jeff Bezos, who's now the second richest man in the world, that we're gonna kill off a third of your money, your money flow, I don't think he would agree with that. I don't think that'll make very much sense. I just don't see how a capitalistic society is in the business of killing off its workforce. I just don't understand that. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay, the Democrats, the Democrats during the Jim Crow era, the Democrats up until the 1960s, are what you guys now call the Republican Party. Once the civil rights, what happened was some Democratic leaders, people in the Democrat Party said, you know what? We're not going to win any elections if we're not going to be inclusive. So they started opening up their arms. They started opening up the party to be more inclusive, to allow different sects of people to come into their political party, to open up to be more American. And the Dixiecrats, they said, hell no, we're not standing for that. So they all jumped ship. And what party do you think they went to? Those same people that you said did nothing for blacks in this country. What party, when they left the Democrat Party after the 60s, after we got the Civil Rights Bill and they became more inclusive, which party do you think those Dixiecrats went to? Let me see, let me call you out by name. Intel Inside 2020. Intel Inside 2020. What party do you think those Dixiecrats went to? Nick, Obama did not prosecute one police officer for the murder of black people during his 8 years in office. Tell me the lie. The Justice Department in America has been a separate, even though he works for the president, he's in the cabinet, but the Justice Department has also always had autonomy when it comes to being separated from the president. J. Edgar Hoover, on and on and on. The Justice Department operates on its own to prevent any type of conflict of interest. So it wasn't Obama that didn't prosecute, it was his Justice Department. And any good president don't want to go out and tell the Justice Department who they should or shouldn't be prosecuting. So there's that. Thanks for the $10 also, AO. And Jay Daniels, I appreciate you, but I told you I'm going to read your comments whether you super chat or not. I'm going to read you, but I appreciate the super chat. That's too much work for them to find out, Patriot. Don't worry about that. I'm still waiting on, are you that brainwashed? Come on, man, give me a receipt. People with facts, pound the facts. People without facts, pound the table. So stop pounding the table and pound the fact. I'm still waiting on for Insider Tell, whatever the hell his name is, to tell me which party those people that was detrimental to minorities in our country, what party they went to when the Democrats became more inclusive and invited people in. Which party did they go to? Because there's only two parties in our system. There's only a two-party system. So they left the Dixiecrats, they left, and they left that party and they went over to another party. Which party was that? That embraced them with open arms. Matter of fact, which party was that was waving the Confederate flag in a rotunda of my fucking Capitol building? Something that the people in the Civil War, the Confederates, never did. They never raised a flag, a Confederate flag in the Capitol building of our country. However, on January the 6th, there was a Confederate flag being waved in our building. What party was that? Which party storm had an insurrection against a peaceful transition of power? Which party was that? Oh, I guess they were just protesting. They were just peacefully protesting. But Black Lives Matter during the summer of Floyd, now those were terrorists that was terrorizing. But the January 6 people, they were just protesting. See, when you got receipts, When you got receipts, you can put the receipts. When you don't have the receipts, what people do is they try to come in and say things like you're not that brainwashed, are you? Or they come in, they try to insult you, or they trying to tell you how wrong you are, but they never present receipts. They never present receipts. So I'm gonna say again, people with facts pound the facts. People without facts pound the table. Stop being a table pounder. No, I wasn't there on January the 6th. I would have lost my life because I would have been fighting against those traitors. Absolutely not. I wasn't there. I served in our military, and I would have lost my life that day. Yeah, that's right. They said it was Antifa and BLM who stormed the Capitol waving Confederate flags and saying hang Mike Pence and looking for Nancy Pelosi and was carrying those Trump signs. And yeah, that was Black Lives Matter and Antifa. And why do people hate Antifa so much? Antifa actually literally stands for anti-fascism. So you guys like fascism? You like that? Like, I don't understand. They don't really know why they hate. They don't even really know why they like Trump, except for one reason. Trump gave them an easier avenue to hate, right? Because nothing Trump did benefit anybody except the 1%. Because he only passed one major piece of legislation, and that was a $1.9 trillion tax cut that he gave to people that didn't need it. So if you can give me another major piece of legislation that the man passed, then you know what? I'll say, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, it literally stands for anti-fascism. That's literally what it stands for. They're against fascists. So I censor what doesn't fit. What did I censor, David? I'm just asking for receipts. Come on, man. See, there you go again. People with facts pound the facts. People without facts pound the table. It's easy to hate. Absolutely, it's easy to hate.
Eat that cookie. Go to Daddy and eat that cookie. I gotta get ready for work.
A6, Dave Lee said I censored. No, was that Dave Lee? Oh no, that wasn't Dave. Who was that? David Nichols said I censored. Does that sound like Big Nick? Have I ever censored anyone? Only thing I ask people to do is not be racist, not do threats on my channel. Other than that, I don't censor anything. As a matter of fact, I address your comments even when I think they're idiotic. I still address them. So again, people with facts pound the facts. People without facts pound the table. Don't be a table pounder. All right, guys. I see now that people just want to, come with talking points and they don't want to come with receipts. So let's talk about something that I was there on January 6th, and facts are different than what. No, it's not. Then your ass should have been arrested if you was at the Capitol on January 6th. If you was inside the Capitol grounds on January 6th, and if you was doing that shit against my country, then your ass should have been arrested. Period. And prosecuted. He didn't have any time. Y'all voted him out. Well, Clinton wasn't voted out. He had plenty of time. George Walker Bush wasn't voted out. He had plenty of time. Obama wasn't voted out. He had plenty of time. Ronald Reagan had plenty of time. Why didn't he have plenty of time? As a matter of fact, that was the only president in U.S. history to lose jobs. Let's talk about receipts, man. Let's talk about receipts. Being a vet, Nick, what's your opinion of Antifa burning the American flag? Okay. If it's against the law, then they should be punished. If it is a right that I fought for, then what do you want me to say? I don't like it? Okay, I don't like it. But let's get this right. Right? When I say I love my country, what I'm really saying is I love the idea of my country. My country has an idea that I love is to be, you know, a place where you can come have liberty, have your dreams come true, to accomplish anything you want, open to everyone to be free. I love the idea of America. And let's stop. Let's stop. One thing former military people never talk about is this quote unquote debt that we have or whatever. We don't care about that shit because who's gonna come over here and take anything that they feel like we own? Who? Who's brave enough to come over here and say you owe us? Who's brave enough to say you owe us, we're not gonna deal with you anymore? So we don't worry about that shit. Stop talking about the debt, a deficit and all that. That means nothing. You should be worried about the deficit, not the debt. The debt is nothing. It's not against the law. I don't like people messing with the flag, but it's a First Amendment protected. My grandfather served in World War II, and he received nothing from the government. America has been fucked up to its citizens, especially its black citizens, for a long time, Jay Daniels. Long time. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to I want you to go out either yourself or you go find someone. You go find someone and you convince that person to run for office. And you do everything you can to campaign and help promote that person and get that person elected so they can enact the change that you want. That's what you do. Until you do that, then come on, man. All you doing is on here complaining without any solution. So if you want somebody to pay us reparations, then what you do is you either yourself run for office or you go find someone that's going to represent your interests the best you can, and you campaign for that person. You get other people to come aboard, support that person. You get that person elected, and you have that person to fight for you. That's how you handle that, Jay Daniels. I am a member of the VA. I am a member of the VA. Yeah, absolutely, Thomas. There you go. See, I love that. Yeah, we owe you. What you gonna do about it? Hey, China, shut up before we pull Nike and Apple out of your country. Shut up. We'll pull them out of your country. Shut up. Shut up. We'll pull Nike, we'll pull Apple, we'll pull all these countries out of your country, all these companies out of your country. What's going to happen to your economy then, China? Shut the hell up. And not only that, we can talk shit to you, but there's not one Chinese product in my house. There's not one there may be a product that was made in China, but there's not one Chinese product in my house. So y'all need to stop doing that. Oh, they'll leave China if our government tells them to leave China. They'll leave China. All we have to do is give sanctions against China, and then guess what? It ain't no more Apple in China. See, you got to stop that. They ain't leaving China, no, because it's too much profit in paying somebody $2 an hour as opposed to paying me $35 an hour. So you're right, they're not going to voluntarily leave China. But if we set sanctions against China, then they have no choice. Can we regulate bullets and still have the Second Amendment? Can we stop making bullets? Hey, anything that'll help keep people safe, man. Anything. I agree with that. How about regulate bullets and also say, you know what? We're not going to sell military grade weapons to 18-year-olds. How about that? Can we do that too? If you're not in the military, you don't need a military grade weapon. When last time you guys seen a tank roll down the streets of America? When last time anybody seen tanks ride down the streets of America? So, you know, I don't see the benefit of having, I don't see the benefit of an 18-year-old be able to go buy 2 AR-15s before he's able to go buy a beer. I just don't understand that. Before he's legally able to go buy a beer, he can go buy hundreds and hundreds of rounds of ammunition, 2 AK-47s, but yet he can't go in his damn store and buy a damn beer. Something's wrong with that. China will just keep the factories producing the products even if the companies leave the country. Okay, but who they gonna sell that shit to? Who they gonna sell it to? Who they gonna sell it to? Because no matter what you think about the American dollar, it is the world's currency. So who they gonna sell it to? Liberty Blair, you're leaving. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate every comment and spending time with me. I appreciate that. Man, the world is ran by the dollar. If we tell the world you're not going to get any more dollars, they're not going to buy shit from China, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to understand how powerful our military is. Y'all got to understand how much, it's the reason why they call our president, no matter who it is, the leader of the free world. It's the reason why they do that, man. It's the reason why all aircraft operators, all aircraft engine, air traffic control towers, is the reason why they speak English. We said you have to speak English. That's China, that's Afghanistan, that's Turkey, that's Istanbul, that's Saudi Arabia, everywhere. If you're gonna fly an airplane in the skies, then the language that you will use while you're flying that airplane in the sky will be English. Who you think did that, man? Who you think is responsible for that? Because AR stands for assault rifle. That's why, maybe so. Why isn't AR considered assault? Because the AR is assault rifle. That's what that's what AR is. This dude said America's military is so powerful they have not won a war since World War II. Tell me the lie. I can tell you this. I'm not going to even debate that with you because I'm not even going to debate that with you. I can tell you this. America's military is so powerful. Tell me the time that another foreign military has ever invaded the lands of America. Tell me that. Tell me that when the last time a foreign entity, a foreign military put its flag in the ground on American soil. Tell me that. Tell me that. Tell me what other military, tell me what other country, if you knock down 2 of their buildings, they go demolish your landscape of mountains. Huh? Tell me what other country had the balls, had the wherewithal to not drop 1, not drop 2, but was going to drop a 3rd nuclear weapon. In the history of our planet, only 1 country has ever used a nuclear weapon. Tell me another country that made the most powerful man in the Middle East, the most powerful man in the Middle East, I had to say that twice, to go dig a hole and try to hide from us. You tell us another country that has made the most evil, sadistic man in the world put a bullet in his brain because we was closing in on him. So don't disrespect don't do that. Don't delusion that. You're safe. You feel safe in this country. There's not another country on earth that you want to live in because you know you're safe in this country. The only thing you have to worry about in this country is the citizens of this country. You don't have to worry about foreign militaries coming to this country. You don't have to worry about that shit because it ain't one on the planet that's smart enough or brave enough to do so. Russia hates us. Russia hates us. We share a parcel of land with Russia. Russia can attack Alaska. They hate us. Putin hates everything about us. We are the leader of NATO. He hates NATO. Why won't he do anything to us? You keep talking about we haven't won a war, man. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? People do not feel safe in America from his own citizens. But you can't tell me you don't feel safe in America from the threat of China, the threat of North Korea, the threat of Russia, the threat of Afghanistan, Iraq. You can't tell me you don't feel safe here. You know that shit ain't happening here. You don't feel safe from your own citizenry because the elected officials have made it so that the companies The companies have all the pull because it's a capitalistic society and they want to make as much money as possible. But it has nothing to do with our military. It has nothing to do with other countries invading us that don't make you feel safe in our country. And I put a disclaimer on that when I said that you don't feel safe from your own citizenry, but you have no fear of foreign governments when it comes to the United States of America. Now, where is the lie in that? Where's the lie in that? There may be more deaths from handguns, but if I walk in a room with 19 children and I wanted to harm 19 children with a handgun, I probably can get 6 or 7 of them, but with an assault rifle, I can get all of them. There's a difference, man. Everything needs context, buddy. Everything needs context, man. Come on now, we gotta include those contexts. Again, remember, you on the chat right now, you on my channel, and I have a strong belief that you're not gonna just put anything on my plate and tell me to eat it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it, you know. So, I mean, that might be factual truth, but it doesn't still mean that assault rifles do more harm than handguns. Yeah, 60 minutes to kill a handgun would have done, doesn't. Man, if they know that man was in there, if they was just hearing pop, 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 like a handgun, I think they would have went in. But they heard brrr, 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 and you know, hey, I'm not saying these guys aren't cowards. I'm not saying they are, you know, I'm just saying they probably would. Hey, I don't have any mobs. I don't have any mobs on my phone, but on my chat, but Port of 45. One more comment like that, I'm gonna kick you off my channel, man. I'm gonna kick you off my channel, man. Do not say 19 dead children or false flag. Don't do that on my channel, buddy. I'm not having that shit. One more comment like that, and I don't do that to anyone. But one more comment like that, you can't. I don't want to be in, you know, have discussions with you, man. I just can't do it, man. I'm not that dude. You can go on another channel and do that and do your false flag shit. But I'm just not going to I'm not going to say that America is so corrupt that they're going to lie or they're going to false flag that 19 grieving sets of parents. It was a false flag. Don't do that shit on my channel, brother. Go do that shit somewhere else. All right, I might be wrong. I admit that I never looked it up because I'm not a gun guy. I just figured AR stands for assault rifle. So you might be right, but it still doesn't. It still doesn't. You know, I'm just, even when I was in the military, and this is no secret. I've told this to the 6 many of times. Even when I was in the military, the worst experience I had was going to the gun range because I personally don't like guns, but I personally will stand in the line of fire as it is written right now for you to have your gun because it is a right that you have, and I'm all about protecting your rights, right? So I personally will do that, but I don't like guns. So okay, yeah, he corrected me on that. So I apologize for saying that. I didn't know, you know, I just thought it made sense. So, but I'm you know, I'm man enough to admit that, hey, I didn't know. I just said some shit outside of my ass. I thought maybe it made sense, but okay, that's what it stands for. Handgun kills way more people than any rifle. Hey, did he use a handgun in Buffalo? Did he use a handgun in Sandy Hook? Did he use a handgun in El Paso? Did he use a handgun at Fort Hood? Did he use a handgun in Colorado? Did he use a handgun at Stroman Douglas? Did he use a handgun at the Ebenezer Baptist Church? Was a handgun used at the synagogue? Come on, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. It's right there. That was not. Shooting killed 32 and wounded 17 using 2 handguns. Okay. Okay. don't know about that. I don't know about it. In order to say they needed, I mean, 17 of the 19 hijackers were from Afghanistan. So, I mean, unless, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Bro, numbers don't lie. Look it up. Why does you have so much mental health issues? That's the real question. Why is gun violence United States of America exceptionalism problem? Canada per capita. I'm not saying per capita doesn't mean the exact same number. It just means for every one gun per person that the U.S. have, Canada has as well. Why they don't have any gun deaths over there? England, why don't they have any gun deaths to their children in their schools? Australia, China, Korea, on and on and on. Why is it only America that has this problem? Explain that one away. You can't blame guns. I can't blame guns. When an 18-year-old can go to a gun manufacturer, to a gun company, and buy two AR-15s, and when I can blame guns. You probably can't blame guns, but I can blame guns, because guns only have one purpose. So period. I don't care what you say, how you want to defend a gun. It only has one purpose. Period. It only has one purpose. Yeah, but swords are not going to allow you to be barricaded inside of a room for over an hour and kill 19 children. Swords won't do that. Swords are not going to go into Ebenezer Baptist Church and kill all those people with swords. So come on, man. Your narratives are, oh my God, people. Come on, man. And let's try to come up with solutions, man. How can we prevent the next school shooting? And don't tell me by arming teachers, because that doesn't make sense. Because if arming teachers are going to keep it doesn't make sense to you that having armed teachers in the classroom keep kids safe, but talking about CRT or talking about LGBTQ things of that nature, talking about race relations in America, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. But armed children? Well, that's cool, Michael Whiteside. You don't have to agree with me with everything, man. My experiences are not your experiences. It's cool, but I still would die for your rights. I still will go to jail if I see someone violating your rights. I still will protest our government heavily because your rights are being violated. You don't have to agree with everything I say. You don't. Do cars intentionally go out to kill people? Dave? Do cars intentionally go out to kill 19 school children? That's stupid, man. Come on, man. Do people intentionally get in their car over and over again, go to schoolhouses and mow down 19 children? Is that a problem? Say it again, Pi 180. Yeah, I'll defend your Second Amendment. Absolutely, Michael. I'll defend because it's your right. It's your right. I'll defend that. Do I want gun control? Do I want a smart gun control legislation to prevent people? Hell, in the state of Texas, our largest state in the nation, the state of Texas has now said you do not need a permit to open carry. Anybody walking down the street in the state of Texas in some of the worst deprived, crime-ridden neighborhoods can freely walk down the road with a handgun. Why is that cool with you, buddy? Why is that cool with you? Of course they're not going to give you an answer on that. They don't owe you an answer on doing an active investigation where 19 parents have lost their children. You think they're going to take time to tell you about any of the cleanup or the blood? Come on, man. Y'all not realistic, man. Hey, look, man. I love the Six. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. But we got to change the subject, man, because I'm too passionate about this. I have children that I think about every day, that I'm afraid every day to leave my house. Every single day. So let's talk about something else that we're not going to come with. You know. It doesn't matter if the criminals follow the rules. How about if they don't have all access to ammunition? Then what are they going to do? What are they going to do if you can't go in and you can't buy 1,000 rounds of AR bullets? What are you gonna do? What are they gonna do? Stay on this subject. I'll stay on this subject, but man, y'all gonna have to come with other than justification for people owning, assault rifles and military grade weaponry just because it's your right to. CNN was caught for talking to two different dads for one child. Oh my God. Fox News was caught for saying Dominion voting machines was in cahoots with Chavez in Venezuela. They was caught saying that too. They retracted that statement. So, come on, man. You're not putting the genie back in the bottle. Well, I'm going to say this to you. Why do we need a military? Why do we need a military? Well, that's self-explanatory. Do you really need me to explain that to you? Benny, I love your content, homie, but you really need to wake up. All right, well. You mean I really need to come around to your point of view? Is that what you mean? No, not yet. You need me to come around to your point of view? Is that what you mean by I need to wake up? You want me to come around to your point of view? Okay. I mean, just say that. Just say, Nick, hey, man, you don't agree with me, so you must be wrong. Don't tell me I need to wake up. Just say I don't. You're wrong because you don't agree with me. Do you think the country is better off with Biden than Trump? The people that created this place put it second for a reason. I think the people that created this place, first of all, would say, you know what? We created this place 270 something years ago. Let's update this Constitution because we wrote this Constitution based on the times that we were living in at the time. That we failed to make it a living, breathing document, which it should be. It should be a living, breathing document to match the times. That's what I think. So, I appreciate that, secret agent, man. I'm not trying to convince anybody else to think the way I think. I'm just voicing how I think. I just voice what I think would be common sense practice. I didn't say take away guns. I say let's have smart gun laws. That's what I say. I say let's stick to the Second Amendment and the purpose of the Second Amendment. That's what I say. That's what I say. The Second Amendment don't say anything about using guns for sport. It don't. It was two reasons. Tyranny and hunting. So let's go back to that. Let's enforce the real Second Amendment. Well-regulated militias. Let's enforce the Second Amendment. Let's talk about that. Tell me how much you guys hate the Second Amendment because you disregard what it says that a well-regulated militia should be the ones with the weapons. 700 Club, what's going on? I think so too, TP. Absolutely. Yeah, so let's go about that. Let's go. Anybody think that the founding fathers was wrong by including that Second Amendment? The Second Amendment should be, based on well-regulated militias. Anybody want to tell me why they disagree with the Constitution on that? Since you guys want to bring up the Constitution and all that stuff, tell me why. Absolutely. There you go, Thomas Clayton. They wrote the Constitution in candlelight with feather plumes. They call amendments for reasons. Why can't we get it right? Absolutely. Maybe we need to amend it again, right? So, tell me, read the rest. I've read the Second Amendment 100 times.
Oh my God.
All right, Michael, be safe. But tell me why you guys go against the founding fathers about a well-regulated militia. Oh my God, come on, man. I'm not with all this conspiracy stuff. The Second Amendment was written when people still had muskets. Thank you, Jay Daniels. Absolutely. Read the rest though. No, I don't want to. You tell me right now. If you can type in read, if you can take the time to put in read the rest though, tell me the part that I'm missing. Absolutely conspiracy stuff. I believe it's conspiracy stuff.
Up or down, up or down, up, down,
But it has to be regulated.
up or
It
down.
has to be regulated, well regulated. All right, Michael, well, guess what you can do, man? I got 182,000 subscribers. Make it 181,999. You can do that. You have the power to do that. I have 182,000 subscribers. You have the power to make it 181,999. You have that power, my brother. I'm giving you that power. I'm giving you that power. And still, Michael, you never explained to me why is this an American problem. The gun violence is an American problem. You never explained that to me, my buddy. And then for the people that say about the mental health issues, these are the people that still say Trump won and was stolen when their party has done everything they can to strip Obamacare, which offers mental health, to any type of mental health bills that come up to say, dude, your party continuously strip it or block it or don't want to address it. So let's stop using that. Let's stop using free state. The well-regulated relations, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon. A well-regulated militia. So if you have a gun, are you part of a militia? And is it regulated? I agree with that, Godfather X. Oh, Michael left. Did he unsubscribe to Big Nick? Did he use his power? Did he use his power to take me from 182,000 subscribers to 181,999? I hope so. Hey, I'm not up here trying to drop facts. I'm just up here trying to tell you common sense. That's all. That's all. If you disagree with what common sense, and again, common sense is based on your own personal experiences. So you know what? I can't force my common sense onto you, and I'm not trying to do that. But what I can force on you is my love. I can force that on you, and I'm going to continue to do that. It is forced upon you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Big Nick, South Florida Accountability with Little Nick, who loves his daddy very, very much. We out, guys. Y'all be safe. Take care. Gun violence is a problem in a lot of poor countries. U.S. is the only wealthy country to have these problems. TP, love you. Be safe.